In this video, I'm going to go through each one of these OTTERBOX cases for the brand new Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. We're going to see how they look, how they feel, and I guarantee you by the end of this video, you'll know which one of these cases are right for you. And if you guys do want to pick these up, I will be putting product links in the video description. So here we've got the Defender, we've got the Commuter, a Symmetry case, and the Prefix. So let's get started. So here we have the OTTERBOX Prefix case. Now this is probably one of the more thinner OTTERBOXes that you're going to find. It is fairly light and thin. It does have a hard plastic backing that is a little bit textured, and it's surrounded by a firmer rubbery type material. On the inside of the case, again, it's that hard kind of plastic material. There's really not a lot of shock absorption in this case. Let's put our phone inside. Goes in the phone very easily. Feels pretty good in the hand. The only thing is, it's got kind of like a smooth kind of feel on the side, on the verge of being slippery. Buttons on the side, kind of mushy, not super clicky. Like when you press the power button, you almost can't tell that you're actually pressing a button. If we take a look from the side, you can see that it does have a slight raised edge around the front of the phone, and it also doesn't really add any extra bulk to the phone itself. On the bottom, we have our cutouts. On the side, we have our power button and our volume buttons. On the back, again, it's got kind of like that slightly textured plastic material. Doesn't show any fingerprints, but can be slippery if you happen to put it down on something hard, maybe like the arm of your chair, something like that. And we also do have a slight raised edge around our camera lenses as well. And if you want to wirelessly charge, you can through this case too. So not a bad case. The only thing is like I said, it's on the verge of being slippery in the hand. And for this texture on the back, because it is a hard plastic, if you put it down on something hard as well, like the arm of your chair, it will definitely just slide right off because of that hard plastic. Definitely not one of my favorite OTTERBOX cases, but if you're just looking for something slim and simple to protect your phone, then you might prefer this case. And then here we have the OTTERBOX Symmetry case. Now this case does have kind of like a sparkle inside. They do make it totally clear. I just got this one because it was going to get to me the quickest. It does have a very hard plastic back, surrounded again by a really thick type of rubber. It's pretty firm. Let's put our phone inside the case. So this case does have some grip to it, which is nice. Buttons on the side, nice and clicky, easily pressable. If we take a look from the side here, you can see it does have a slight raised edge again to protect the front of your screen. And we also have that thick plastic bottom here that you can see from the separation of the other part of the case. So it does add a little bit of extra bulk to the phone. We have our cutouts on the bottom. We have our power button and volume buttons on the side. On the back, again, it's just got that very firm, hard plastic backing that is clear to show up the color of your phone. And it's got a raised edge around our camera lenses as well. So definitely not a bad case. It's more protective than the Prefix. And this, again, does have some grip. And the buttons you can actually feel kind of click when you press into them. And it is a little bit more reinforced in the corners as well, so it'll give you some better drop protection. And if you want to wirelessly charge, you can also do that through this case as well. So I definitely prefer the Symmetry case over the Prefix. Again, one, because it's got some grip in the hand, the buttons are nice and clicky, and it's also got some extra protection in case you happen to drop your phone. And then here we have the OTTERBOX commuter case. This is 3 times military grade drop tested, and it's got a 2-piece design. So here is that case. It does have a hard plastic back surrounded by a very kind of flimsy, rubbery type material on the inside. And again, it does have that 2-piece design, which I'm really not a huge fan of. I just wish they kind of made this in just a 1-piece. Why do you have to have 2 pieces here? I don't know. But again, here is that hard plastic backing. And this is also very flimsy and flexible. So we'll put our phone inside the case. And then you can kind of take this plastic backing and just press it over the back of your phone. So really quick, let me show you why I don't like these cases. Because this inner portion is so flimsy, especially in the bottom part of the case, there's really not a lot of firmness. So over time, this will probably wear out and start to bulge, and it's just not going to look really good. I just kind of wish they made this in just all 1-piece design. I don't know why they have to have this extra added piece. I know I just said that, but I really don't like it. So then just take the hard plastic, kind of press it over the back of your phone. Just like this. Make sure you pull out the charging port cover. And I just really don't like the way that looks. It looks like it's not on there all the way. But that's this case. It does feel pretty good in the hand because it's got the texture on the side that's going horizontally instead of vertically, which I like. Helps it give it a better grip in the hand. It does feel rubbery, so you don't have to worry about it slipping out of your hand prematurely. Buttons on the side, they're okay because they're super rubbery. They don't have a lot of firmness to it. Definitely not the best feeling. If we take a look from the side, you can see it does have a raised edge all the way around the front of the phone. On the side, we've got that hard plastic cover on the bottom and the rubbery texture on the top here. On the bottom, we have our cutouts as well as that covered charging port. We have our texture along the side here. Again, that hard plastic and our like flimsy rubbery type material. See, look at how easily that comes off. Over time, I'm telling you that this is just gonna stay out. That's why I don't like these 2-piece design cases. If we take a look from the back, you can see it's got that hard, slick plastic, and we do have a raised edge around our camera lenses too. And if you want to wirelessly charge, you can do that through this case. So this is definitely not one of my favorite cases for the reasons that I just mentioned, and I would recommend that you stay away from this commuter case as well because of that. And then here we have the OTTERBOX Defender case. This is 5 times military grade drop tested, and it's also got a dual layer design. So here is the case itself. It does come with a plastic belt clip that has 360 degrees rotation, and it also acts as a little kickstand for your phone as well. So if you want to watch Netflix or something like that, you can use that for a stand. So here is the case. It is pretty heavy duty. On the inside, it's got kind of like this soft foam material. You can see that when I'm pressing in on it, it kind of rebounds and comes back, which is pretty nice. So the way that you take this off is just kind of peel off the rubber from the shell. Then you need to take apart the case here. It's got like these little clips that you can kind of pull apart. Or if you have like something hard plastic, you can kind of get them underneath. That's the easiest way that I found without breaking your nails or anything like that. So you just take that apart, take your phone, put it inside, and then put the shell back over the phone. Just press it into place. Go all the way around the phone so you can hear all the clips. Then once you've done that, you can put the whole hard plastic shell back into the soft rubber case. And you're all set. Now, another reason why I think this is a little bit better than the commuter case is because even though this is kind of like a softer rubbery type material on the side, it kind of clips into the hard shell. It's not just kind of stuck out in nowhere, kind of like the commuter was. But again, over time, this rubber material will probably kind of like bow out, kind of like this little side does right here. But again, that's over time. You may or may not have the phone or the case after that much time, but I have seen it happen on other OTTERBOX Defender cases, so it's just something to keep in mind. Now, it does feel really good in the hand. It's nice and rubbery feeling, so it's not slippery at all. As far as the buttons goes, they're easily pressable, nice and clicky, and they do protrude from the side of the case. If we look at it from the side, you can see that there is a very prominent raised edge on the top and the bottom, and a slight raised edge on the sides. It also does add some extra bulk to the phone itself, but that's at the cost of some extra added drop protection. On the bottom here, we do have our cutouts along with a covered charging port. We have our power button and our volume buttons on the side, which is kind of separated. On the back, it's got that rubbery type textured feel, feels really good, and it also has a slight raised edge around our camera lenses as well. And if you want to wirelessly charge through this case, you can also do that as well. Another thing with this case is you can put it two different ways inside the belt clip. You can either have it with the screen facing outward like this so you can see, or if you want some extra added protection, you can put the screen facing in, so if you happen to accidentally, hit against something, it's not going to crack your screen. This is definitely the most protective case that OTTERBOX sells, but again, it's just not my favorite because of the fact that over time, these rubber edges typically tend to kind of like bow out, and you can see that the rubber, or you can hear rather, the rubber material comes off of that plastic inner shell enough to where you just tap it, you can see it kind of bow in. So it's not tight against that shell, which I don't particularly like. But again, if you're looking for the most protection that OTTERBOX can offer you, the Defender case is definitely the way to go. So all four of these cases do come in different colors, again, in case you guys don't particularly like the ones that you see here, and the Symmetry case also comes in a non-clear case as well. Out of these four cases, I definitely think my personal preference has to go towards the Symmetry case. It's got a nice combination of protection as well as keeping your phone somewhat slim, and I like the way that it feels. The least favorite cases of mine have to be these cases that have the two-piece design, which are the Commuter and the Defender. You saw how flimsy the Commuter case was on the side, and the Defender also will probably suffer from that too over time, and it also doesn't you saw it doesn't feel very firm against that portion inside the phone. So those are definitely not my favorites. If I were to pick one of these cases myself, I would definitely have to go with the Symmetry case. But what do you guys think? Which one of these cases were your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments below. And again, if you guys want to pick any of these up, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, it would really help out my channel if you give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.